Welcome everyone. Let's start another chapter of class 7, that is integer. So I hope all the kids are ready. So let's go. Before I take integers, again as I always used to say कि हम हमेशा basic से start करते हैं, right? So let's start. First we'll talk about natural numbers. Have you heard about these? Yes, you must have. Natural number which starts from 1, right? They all are natural numbers, right? Then whole numbers. Whole numbers which starts from 0. Okay? Then you must be knowing about positive numbers. We call them positive numbers also. Okay? Now have you heard about the numbers on a number line? Have you seen this number line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This side, all positive numbers, right? And this side, all negative numbers. Okay? So, now what we can see here on the number line, whole numbers are there because 0 is there. Natural numbers are there because it starts from 1 also, and all these numbers are positive numbers. And this side of the number line, or you can say on the left hand side of the number line, all negative numbers are there. So on the right hand side, and this is the left hand side. So what we can say, on left hand side all negative number and all right hand side positive number, and between is 0 which is neutral. Okay, so all these numbers, or we say whole number, natural number, positive number, negative number, they all form integers. So we call them integers. So these are integers. So what does it mean? What are integers? Integer include all positive numbers and all negative numbers. So I hope you understood now. So it includes all natural, whole, positive, negative. So this is the combination of so many numbers, and the name given is integers. So let us start. Understand some of the properties, how we add, how we subtract, how we multiply and divide natural numbers. So here the most important thing is take care of sign. Okay? So let us understand. So always remember, if the number is, both the numbers are negative. For example, minus 4 and minus 3. So minus minus gives us what operation we are going to apply? Plus. This is the operation, and these are the integers. Both negative integers are there. It means we are going to have minus minus plus. Next is, if one is negative, or we say both, when both are positive, then again it is plus. For example, plus 4 plus 3, again plus means you are going to add. Okay, next is, if one number is negative, other is positive, then what operation to be applied? Subtraction. For example, if it is given minus 4 plus 3, so minus plus is minus. So we are going to subtract. I am not applying the operation because one more concept I am going to explain by making it solved, right? Next is, if one is positive, other is negative, again we are going to subtract. For example, if the number is 4 minus 3, 1 positive, 1 negative, we are going to subtract. So just how to understand this? Always remember, when the similar signs are given here, you have to plus. See, both negative, plus. Both positive, plus. And when the signs are different, one negative, one positive, one positive, one negative, in both the cases you have to subtract. I hope this much is clear to you. Good. Let us move ahead. Now let us solve it. Before I solve it, I am going to explain you one more thing. That is what the answer will come. Answer you can simply write down minus minus is plus. You will say, ma'am, 4 plus 3 is 7. But the important thing is what sign should be with this 7. So very simple to understand. Always keep it in your mind, the number which is greater. Just leave the sign behind. Just leave the sign, both the signs, and then see 4 is greater or 3. You'll say, of course 4 is greater. So whatever the sign with the greater number, that will come with the answer. So answer will be minus 7. Do not write down like this. If you'll say minus minus plus and you'll write down 4 plus 3 is 7, then there will be confusion of sign. So do not change the sign. Only see these both are negative. In your mind you are going to add. Okay, don't do it like this. Okay, because it will create a confusion of putting correct sign with the answer. Let us move ahead. Next is plus plus is plus. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Greater number is 4. Plus means positive. No sign means it is positive. Okay. Next is minus plus is, what I say, minus plus is minus. So 4 minus 3 is 1. Which is the greater number again? Just ignore the sign and tell me 4 or 3? 4. So and which is the sign with 4? Minus. So answer will also be minus 1. Then plus minus, again minus. 4 minus 3 is 1. Which is the greater number? Ignoring the signs. Yes, 4. And what is it? It is positive. So no sign will be coming with the answer. I hope you understood this. This is really important to understand. Okay. Again we'll revise. When both the signs are same, plus in both the cases. If the different signs are given, it means you have to minus in both the cases. And what about the answer? You have to write down, you have to put the correct sign. Which sign to be given with the answer? The number which is the greater here. Whatever the sign with the greater number, that will come with the answer. I hope it is clear to everyone. Very good. Now let us move ahead. I have explained you addition and subtraction. Now what about multiplication and division? I'll explain it here. Then we'll take up the properties. Okay. So now multiplication. When you are multiplying, suppose you are multiplying 4 and 3. So you'll write down 4 3s are 12. Now here do not apply that concept that the number with the greater sign, that sign will come with the answer. No. Here what you have to see, you'll see the number of odd negative sign or number of even negative signs. What we are going to do? When you'll count the number of negative sign. Suppose it is 1 here. Odd or even? Odd number. So of course minus will come with the answer. If suppose the number is minus 6 into minus 2 into minus 1. We'll count it 6 2s are 12, 12 1s are 12. How many negative sign? 1, 2, 3. Again odd means minus sign will come. So whenever the negative signs are odd, with the answer you have to put minus sign, and when it is even you will put plus sign. Let us see one more example. Suppose a number is given minus 4 multiply by 2 multiply by 6 minus 6, right? 4 2s are 8, 8 6 are 48. Now which sign to be applied? Let us count. 1, 2 means even, so answer will be plus 48. I hope it is clear. It is really important to understand. Similarly in division also, suppose I am dividing minus 48 by 6. How many negative signs? 1 negative sign. Odd, of course, so answer will be minus 8. Let us take one more example. Suppose the number is minus 12 divided by minus 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now how many negative sign? 1, 2. Even, so answer will be positive. I hope you understood how to add, how to subtract, and what sign should be with the answer. In multiplication and division also, great. Now let us come towards the properties. Really important to understand the properties of integer. Okay. I hope everybody is understanding all the concepts clearly. Okay, so let's start with the properties of integers. First is properties of addition of integers. Let us start with addition. First property is closure property. What is closure property? Very simple. What it says when you add two integers, the answer whatever answer you get is again an integer. For example, suppose I am adding -4 plus 2 plus minus 4 minus 2 is 2. Which is the greater number, 4 or 2? 4, and the sign with 4 is negative. So answer is -2. Is it integer or not? Yes, it is an integer. So what it says whenever you add two integer, you'll get an integer. This is the closure property of addition. Okay, so let us write it down. Next is commutative property. Very important property. Commutative property means change of order. When you change the order of the integer, the answer remains same. What does it mean? It means suppose the two integers are a and b. If you add a plus b or if you change the order b plus a, the answer remains same. For example, let us write down -4 plus 3 and here 3 plus -4. What we did here? We have changed the order, right? First -4 was written, then 3. Now we have changed the order. 3 comes first and then -4. Okay. So here instead of this I'll write down -4 here. Okay. So now what should I write down here? Plus minus minus. 4 minus 3 is 1 and the greater number 4 which is negative. So answer is also negative. 3 minus 4 or 4 minus 3 is 1 and again the greater number is 4 and it is negative, so answer is also negative. So you can say that when you change the order of the integers, it remains the same. What does it mean? It means that integers are commutative under addition. Okay. Next is another property, that is associative property of addition. We have done closure property of addition. We have done commutative property of addition. Now is associative property. It is somewhat similar to commutative property. There we have taken two numbers. Here we are going to take more than two. We'll say 3 integer. What it says if you add, suppose we are adding 3 integer a, b, c. Okay. Now what we did, I have changed the order. First, if the three numbers are given to you, what do you do? Either you add first two number and whatever the sum comes should be added to the third number, right? Or what we do? Either we do a plus b or we change it like this. Sometimes you feel like I'll add last two numbers and then the sum should be added to the first number. Or what you do? We add like this. Some felt that I should add first and the last number first and then the sum should be added to the second number, right? So in all the cases, what we are doing? Actually, we are changing the order. So the answer will be same in all the cases. Let us understand. Suppose the integers are given like -1, +2 and -3. These are the three integers given to you. Let us add them. -1 +2 -3, right? Let us change. First I'll do like this. Plus minus minus. 2 minus 1 is 1. Greater is 2, so plus. Plus minus minus. 3 minus 1 is 2. Greater number is 3, so answer is -2, right? Now let us take another example like this one. So here I'll take minus 1 plus 2 minus 3. I add these two first. So here minus 1 plus here minus 3 minus 2 is 1. Which is the greater number? 3. So here minus. So what I do here? Minus 1. So minus minus plus, that is 2. And again both are equal. So here negative. Next is again I'll change the order. The numbers are minus 1 plus 2 minus 3. But what I did here, first and the last number. So what I do here, I'll write down here minus 3 and then plus 2. Right? Now what I did, I'll add these two numbers first. Minus minus plus 3 plus 1, 4. Greater number 3, negative sign. Then plus 2. Plus minus minus. 4 minus 2, 2. Greater number 4, so negative sign. So you can see in all the cases the answer is the same, right? That is minus 2. So what we can say, we say that integers are associative under addition. I hope you understood closure, commutative and associative property. Let us move ahead with another property of addition, that is additive identity. What is that additive identity means? That is additive how to remember this thing? Identity means the same, right? So what should be added to a given number, to a given integer, so that its identity will not change? That is, it remains minus 2. What should be added? 0, rightly said. If suppose this is given 3 plus 0, then also the answer remains the same, that you get the number itself. So what is the additive identity? That is 0, right? Understood all of you? What is the additive identity? That is 0. Means when you add any number with 0, the answer remains the same. Means 0 plus this, the answer remains the same. This is additive identity. Next is additive inverse. What additive inverse means? Just if suppose it is given minus 4 to you and they ask you what is the additive inverse of minus 4, simply you just change the sign. Here minus 4, additive inverse will be 4, right? Suppose the number is given 5 to you, additive inverse will be minus 5, right? Changing of sign, right? I hope you understood additive inverse, identity and additive inverse. Okay, now this is all about the properties of addition. Now let us move towards subtraction. Okay, again let us start with the closure property again. What it says, closure property, when you earlier we were adding, so it was adding of two integers will get the integer. Similarly, if we subtract two integers, we get the integer. Let us see, two integers are minus 2 and minus 4. Let us subtract these integers. Here minus 2 minus minus plus 4. Plus minus minus. 4 minus 2 is 2. Positive, greater number? Positive. So 2 is integer or not? Yes, it is an integer. So what does it mean? The closure property means if you add two integer, you'll get an integer. Next is commutative property. What is this commutative property says? Again, if you change the order. Now closure property. Let's start. What it says when you subtract two integer, you'll get an integer. Let us see, minus 2 and minus 4. Suppose these are two integer. Let us subtract these integers. Minus 2, minus 4, minus 2, minus minus plus 4. And plus minus is minus, 4 minus 2 is 2. Yes, of course, we got an integer. So what does it mean? That if you subtract two integers, you'll get an integer. This is all about closure property. Now commutative property. Commutative property of subtraction, we should say, right? So what does it mean? Let us see. If closure commutative property says if you change the order, the answer remains the same. Let us check. Let us check. Suppose the two integers are -2 and -4 again. Let us subtract. -2 plus minus plus minus. Here 2 we got, right? Now let us change the order. Here -4 and -2. I have changed the order. -4 minus plus minus, but sign of a greater number. So what does it mean? No. So what can we say? That integers are not commutative under subtraction. Okay, great. So if commutative is not there, how come associative will be there? So this is all about the properties of subtraction. Now properties of multiplication. Multiplication. Multiplication is, again let us start with closure property. If you multiply two integer, we get an integer. Let's see. Let us check. Let's take two integers, say -2 multiply by -4. Do remember, right? Even and odd number of negative signs. 4 2s are 8. How many negative signs? 2 negative sign means even. So answer will be positive. So 8 is an integer or not? Yes, it is an integer. So we can say that integers are closure under multiplication. Next is commutative property. Let us see. If we change the order in multiplication, do answer remains the same? Let us check. So -4 multiply -2 is 8 plus 8. Let us change the order. -2 multiply by -4. Yes, again. Yes, the answer is same. So what we can say? That integers are commutative under addition. That is A multiply B is equals to B multiply A. Next is associative. Of course, if commutative is there, associative will also be there. Let us take an example. First, what it says, if you multiply A by B and C, if you multiply these two and the product is multiplied by C, then again A multiply B multiply C, we multiply B and C first and then multiply with A. Or A multiply C multiply by B. Let's see, the answer remains the same. Let's check. Let us take the integers. -2 into -4 into 1. Here let's multiply this. 4 2s are 8. 1 2. 2 negative signs means answer plus. Multiply by 1. Answer is 8. Here -2 multiply -4 multiply 1. Multiply these two. -2 multiply 4 1s are 4. 1 negative sign means odd. So answer will also be odd. 4 2s are 8. 2 negative means answer is plus. Now next is -2 multiply by 1. Then multiply by -4. 2 1s are 2. -2 multiply by -4. Yes, again 8. So what we can say, that integers are associative under multiplication, right? Now next is very important property, that is multiplicative identity and multiplicative inverse. Now multiplicative identity. Do you remember what I explained you about additive identity? That we have to add some number to the given integer so that the answer remains the same, means the number itself. Similarly, we have to choose one number which should be multiplied by any integer and answer is the number itself. That is of course 1. So what is the multiplicative identity? That is 1. 1 is the multiplicative identity. Next is multiplicative inverse. Very important. Have you heard about reciprocal? The other name is reciprocal. Means numerator becomes the denominator and denominator becomes numerator. For example, if it is given -4 and they ask you what will be the multiplicative inverse of -4, that is 1/4. That is minus here. Understood? Suppose 5 is given, here 1/5. Nothing in the denominator means 1. So we have done just the reciprocal. So do remember like this, in additive inverse we change the sign and in multiplicative inverse we change the position. Numerator becomes denominator and denominator becomes numerator. And now last but not the least, very important property, that is distributive property. That is, we call it distributive law. Right? What it says? It says that if A multiplied by B plus C is equals to A multiply B plus A multiply C. This is our distributive law, right? Or we call it distributive property of multiplication over addition. Okay. Another is, if suppose subtraction is given in between, then it is A multiply B minus A multiply C. Again, this is distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. So these are really important properties which I have explained to you. Again, see the video, try to understand. If you didn't understand any of the property, just give me one comment in the comment box. I'll explain again to you. Okay? So happy learning. Take care. Bye-bye.